Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. It's Scooby-Doo Tuesday, guys. You know what that means. Of course, it means we're here continuing the journey of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. This is Season 1, Episode 8 of the show, entitled The Grasp of the Gnome. Interesting title, The Grasp of the Gnome. So last week's episode, which I believe was titled In Fear of the Phantom, I believe, but regardless of the title, the Hex Girls was in the episode. Honestly, even though I've only seen 7 episodes of the show, of course in a minute I'll be jumping into episode 8. I've only seen 7 episodes. To me, the Hex Girls episode last week was one of my personal favorites so far. It's a personal highlight in my personal opinion because of the Hex Girls and the fact that they open with them, of course, the gang and everybody, and pretty much the whole town of Crystal Cove, it seems, at the concert and enjoying the Hex Girls, and they're singing that iconic song, I'm gonna put a spell on you. I'm gonna put a spell. I'm like, holy crap, because I wasn't even thinking about that. Because like, but when I think Scooby-Doo, I don't think automatically Hex Girls, but then as soon as someone mentions it, or I think about like, the Hex Girls, I wasn't thinking, are they gonna be in this series? I wasn't even thinking about it, and holy crap, they were there, and it was awesome. The villain wasn't the best, but the main thing was that we had the Hex Girls, and ultimately Fred realizing, coming to terms, he has feelings for Daphne. That was another big thing as well. And Scooby and Shaggy had an issue, of course, with Shaggy going to the prom and everything with Velma, and he's upset, Scooby's upset with Shaggy and everything, but they fixed it. I felt like they could have handled that better, but regardless, I'm excited. I'm loving the show so far. I'm really liking these iteration of the characters, and I like being surprised each week in the mystery of Mr. E and everything. So I'm just curious what we're gonna do in this episode, guys. So let's get into now. Let's check it out. The Grasp of the Gnome, episode 8. Let's go. Okay. Renaissance, medieval something.
Because nights are boring. They're so
boring? No.
Joust me.
Right away.
Huh? Hello?
Oh, jeez. That was quick. Whoa. The grasp. Now I understand, because like the glowy hands.
Filthy pirates.
More filthy pirates.
More people, more money.
Ow. What a fool. All fair.
Like Shaggy says, arr, sever me timbers.
They just said they don't want pirates.
Ho, 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 and a bottle of root beer.
Root beer. Can't say rum. They're more accurate. That's better. Velma, you need to dress up.
I hear they've got a 6-foot-deep man trap.
And it had horrible glowing green hair.
Man, really nice, like all like electricity looking or something. Yeah, don't tell them. Mystery.
Aren't gnomes the things people put in their gardens?
Of course he's here too. That one guy, he's always working with him.
Arr, a mystery fair and true. Best we be
It is a mystery.
What's
The fake.
sexy dog beard?
Of course he'll eat it. If you think it's bad, he'll eat it.
So it's touch paralyzed? Is it me, or are pirates basically just hobos with earrings?
I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
That just leaves us.
I wouldn't drink that.
That's like good moat.
But I really care about him, and I want him to care about me.
I think he does. He's just hard to kind of express, especially Scooby.
Read it. One
That's
thing
that's the gnome.
There's a scary gnome you'd never take it off.
The gnome just laughs. The hat. That gnome is quick. You never fumble with the keys. Oh! This is actually darker than I expected because it's like paralyzing people.
We'll be fine. Only a wretched pirate.
No, because someone there is paralyzing people.
Can it play popular tunes on a bank of horns? Can it ride a motorcycle?
He doesn't want really to investigate it. He just wants to know if he can sell more tickets or attraction or something. Oh, looks like a gem from the staff or whatever from the queen or something.
Others are evil and rumored to work as managers in the shady world of fairy wrestling.
Managers.
Maybe our gnome brought...
Oh, so it seems pirates are the target.
We're at a room at the hospital. And watch those refillable.
Okay, they're putting them in a theater because the hospital's full.
Clearly has
You showing them a movie? Yeah, aren't they like frozen
What?
with gnomey magic?
I like how he leaves so they can just go in now.
Double feature.
You said you
There's
loved
a
me.
lot of them. Wow.
But that was before I did. A schnauzer.
There's so many of them. Holy crap.
Is everything okay, Velma?
Well,
Shaggy and I have been seeing each other. I want to be with him, then he does something stupid.
Yep.
And I hate myself for liking him.
Velma is having a relationship with Shaggy, and she's frustrated because her affections
Yep.
aren't returned in the same
Yep.
measure that they're given.
She feels that too.
We have the rest of our lives together to work out any problems. Besides,
Okay.
I think I found something.
The goo is a jellyfish toxin.
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Precisely.
Okay.
Only clues are jellyfish toxin and an earring. It's not much to work with.
Which means we better kick this investigation into high gear.
Like now's our chance, Scooby-Doo.
And now they're walking
While
around
rest
as
of
the only
gang is out
pirates, it
scary gnome
seems.
hunting,
You ran things into the ground, you silly tot. That's why
You
I'm
silly
in
tot.
charge. Yes.
They're making it too obvious he's the gnome. I don't think he's the gnome. I don't know who it is though, but
Pirate.
okay, so he actually likes pirates. Yep, there's the gnome. Keep running because he's fast. He's fast. See, he's fast. Oh no, the bird fell off. There's the parrot.
Where's my wagon?
Oh, he's so sad. That's sad. He's so sad. Oh,
Mr. E?
Mr. E's called
Hello,
the E.
Mystery Incorporated. Begin your search at the end. Enjoy the rest of the fair.
At the end. Oh.
Way to go, danger-prone Daphne. It's like a tree expressway up here.
Yeah.
We could walk all around
Interesting.
the park and never be seen. What are we going to use for scary gnome bait?
A pirate. Who?
He's the bait.
Remember, Scooby, you're
I knew
doing
it.
this for Shaggy.
You'll be good. Oh, careful, careful.
He's making a run for it.
Oh, there he is. Hello. Why didn't he paralyze him? Oh, the weight. Yep, yep. Careful. Don't let him touch you. Careful. Oh.
Ah, frolicking in Her
Uh-oh.
Majesty's filth pit, are ye?
What?
Begone from there, you miserable pirates.
Oh, wasn't paying attention. Oh, he's caught. So that's good, right? Let's see. Really? I wouldn't expected that.
My husband!
Frame you for the gnome attacks, and once you were out of the
Frame
way,
you?
take your fortune for my
Oh, okay.
Ow!
Littlefoot. Tiny legs, this finally
Oh.
provides me a way to make them useful.
All these years you've looked down on me. Now it turns out I'm actually taller. than
Yeah.
you.
So
Left alone.
sympathize with what you're feeling.
Yes.
But seriously,
Mhm.
trust your heart.
I will. Huh? Jerkweed, you dropped something?
Mystery.
This has all happened before. What has happened before?
What? The bird? Okay. And there you have it, guys. Another great episode of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. I really enjoyed the villain of the episode, the gnome. I really like the reveal at the end there, and I'll talk about that in a minute. There were some things happening in this episode narratively that's going to, I think, really impact the episodes moving forward in terms of the show. Is number one, Velma being open and honest about her feelings for Shaggy, where Velma's like talking to her mom about Shaggy and how she feels about him, and then talking to Daphne about it. And Daphne, it's kind of obvious. I think pretty much everyone knows that Daphne is just head over heels for Fred. But she's kind of like playing coy, like, I feel the pain. I mean, I'm sorry, Velma. You know, Daphne's not fully giving it away. But Velma's opening up about how she feels about Shaggy and where she really cares for him, then he does something stupid, or he says something, or he doesn't really express his feelings. Because realistically, when the reveal happened that they were in a relationship, I think it was at the beginning of the show, they revealed that in the first episode. I believe it was the first episode. I was quite shocked, but since then, Shaggy, of course, has done a few minor things to show his connection and relationship with Velma, but not a lot. And it's all because of Scooby-Doo. So for Velma opening up, I feel like that was pretty big for this episode. And also, number two, Mr. E is back into the mix with the phone call, and then kind of hinting, saying, go begin at the end, or something to that effect. And they're like, what? And I'm like, huh? And then at the end, that guy walks past Velma and bumps into her and drops a box with the E on it. And also like how when he calls Mr. E, there's an E with like a like some sort of symbol or whatever behind it. But the box saying this has all happened before or something to that effect. And there's an image, and circled in the image is the bird that was part of the group of Mystery Incorporated, the original group that they had started to be led down to in regards to this original team that some sort of mystery is surrounding Mystery Incorporated, and Mystery wants them to solve it, essentially, or to try to figure out what's going on. Or maybe the truth just needs to get out there. I'm not 100% sure. So, that, the box, and Velma opening up, I think that was the two biggest takes away from the episode. And I'm really curious. I feel like Velma and Shaggy's relationship is probably going to have to finally be discussed openly, to the point where we have to make a definitive decision here is, are they going to continue that relationship as a couple? Because Fred, even though he's just all new to this like relationship stuff, because literally he just finally realized he actually has feelings for Daphne in the last episode, the Hex Girls episode. So when he's told by Daphne, and Daphne's like really letting her frustration out about her situation with him, as well as explaining Velma, but she's really letting it out like he's not really paying attention. Like she got really like into it because she's actually talking about herself as well with you, Fred, and he's like, blink, 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 blink. Like he's just like staring. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, you know, we all five have a great relationship. What? Like, it's like, that's Fred. And again, he's a guy. He's just, it's not connecting up there. So it's fine. So the gnome. So I thought the whole fair thing, or this like Renaissance, you know, medieval type fair thing was interesting. I think it was a little bit of a different location for the show in regards to just being Crystal Cove again, somewhere in town, which is fine because there's plenty of places we haven't seen yet in terms of Crystal Cove. We may have seen it in shots or whatever, like establishing shots of the city of Crystal Cove, but we haven't really been to every place. But it's interesting for a setting and having a villain of the week, a mystery of the week, involved in a fair that's about to literally shut down and move on to the next place. So we have this gnome who has some sort of paralyzing abilities with his gloves. And he's going after specifically people dressed up as pirates. And the connection was pretty much made early on that there is a pirate connection. And that gnome, well, ultimately being the jester, the husband of, I guess, the woman who's the queen, who's running the medieval fair, he paralyzed so many people. And I was quite surprised they actually went that direction in regards to paralyzing people, because it is kind of dark a little bit, especially if you're a younger kid watching this for the first time and you're like seeing this guy, like he's getting touched by the gnome and then he's literally this blue effect and he's completely paralyzed for days. They reveal it, of course, later. It's like jellyfish toxin or something, and it's an instantly paralyzed people. I'm wondering if that actually is real. I'm assuming it isn't, but I don't know. But then there was the whole theater, and that was a weird area to go as well in regards to the hospital is full. Why is the hospital full? I don't know. But we're going to have all these people paralyzed in the theater watching a movie. Okay. They're all paralyzed, and they're watching a movie. I have no idea. You're really, and then the officer's like, yeah, this place is quarantined. You can't come in here. Plus the movie's already started. And then he leaves. So they can just go in there. So he's not sticking around. There isn't another officer to stand guard to make sure no one goes into the theater, which it's still, that was still a weird moment. But of course, that was where Fred could get the sample of whatever the stuff that's on these people. And for Velma to open up about the whole Shaggy situation with Daphne. So that was really what it was really about, but it was still odd for it to happen at a theater, and we're taking all these paralyzed people to a theater to watch a movie because the hospital's full. Like, wouldn't you take them to a hospital that's closest? You know, if there is a full hospital, the answer is yes. You wouldn't take them to a theater, but whatever. This show was bizarre at times. So the gnome thing. The gnome was very fast, paralyzed a lot of people. And then you had this one guy who was like, I guess like the guy like just welcoming everybody in, the greeter to the knights thing or whatever. Of course, we had all these people dressing up as pirates, which does not fit with the medieval setting, but whatever. Of course, Shaggy and Scooby are dressed up as pirates. And that guy hates. He's like, I don't like the pirates at all. But then you have the Jester, of course, because I'm thinking they're setting up that greeter guy who really hates pirates. They're setting him up to be the gnome. Like, he's not the gnome, though. And then ultimately, it's revealed he's actually a secret pirate. He likes dressing up as a pirate. So, aha, see? The trick. I'm like, it's too obvious. He's not the guy. He's not the gnome. So, the Jester's like, well, I've been telling him, the pirates are fine. Like, of course, the guy who thinks opposite in terms of, like, out loud to his wife, who's the queen, who keeps hitting him in the head. So I understand his pain. And he has fake legs, so he's actually not that tall. So it was a good trick. I wasn't expecting that. Because I'm thinking at this point, is it going to be somebody we haven't seen before? Because they have kind of done that, a little bit. Or at least the one episode with the man crab or whatever. Like, we saw the guy for a brief shot, but, like, literally, it went by so fast, it just didn't connect. Like, oh, it's him, until they showed, like, oh, yeah, he was there, too, that day. Like, oh, that's him. Okay, like, it just didn't connect. So I'm thinking maybe it's somebody we haven't seen. But I think there's always going to be some sort of reference or connection to somebody. So I have to pay attention to everybody to see who it could be. But I wasn't expecting the Jester. I wasn't sure at this point who it would have been. But he had planned it for a year. Because his wife was, I guess, mean or something, and he just wanted to take all of her money and frame her for the attacks. Like, he tried. He really did. So overall, this was a interesting episode for sure. Like I said, I feel like the villain, the gnome, was definitely an interesting choice, and the powers, well, the jellyfish toxin or whatever, to paralyze people. Interesting choice, a little bit darker than I was expecting, but attacked a lot of people. But then ultimately the episode was more about Velma opening up about a relationship, or what she, following her heart with Shaggy, which is, following your heart, it's a big thing. And the big thing as well is Mystery dropping a box and having Velma see in the circle of the owl or the bird or whatever, a part of Mystery Incorporated. I don't know, but I'm excited for the future of the show. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next, the future of the show. Continuing the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to wake up. It's been a Monday as I'm recording this. I know it's supposed to be Tuesday, but I record these ahead of time. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know in the comments below. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.